I'm gonna explain a little bit more about the equinox that took place, because it was a very important portal that is bringing us into this big change that is happening in the world and within our consciousness as well. So when we are experiencing such big changes of era, it doesn't take just one new moon or whatever you read on Facebook, it's bigger changes. It takes years, and I've been starting to more actively tune into it because it started to work in my life personally more intensely since about 2019. For me is the big start of this huge transition that we're experiencing. And so this new moon that took place on the day of the equinox is already special because Aries is the first sign of the zodiac. Archetypally, it represents the spark of creation, the beginning of everything, the connection, direct connection from source, and the direct descent into manifestation and into creation. So 0 degree of a cardinal sign, specifically the first cardinal sign of the zodiac, is a powerhouse. It's representing a complete new beginning. The fact that we had a new moon on that same degree, the day of the equinox, is a double invitation to start something new, to reinvent yourself and to think of who you truly are. Meaning that there is a big dropping of the masks and a letting go of all that no longer serves us in terms of who am I and why am I here in this specific incarnation. We all have a different purpose, and all of our purposes are about serving the earth and the consciousness of the earth and the evolution of the earth in a way or another. So we are here to serve the planet and the movement of the planet, and that's why we incarnate as a cell of this planet. So this portal is helping us remember why we're here and where we're supposed to go. The thing is, it doesn't come always as clear as lightning or like this huge vision like we see in movies. It's a step-by-step process, and because Aries is the spark of creation, it's more about tuning into your heart, to that spark inside yourself, because that spark is going to inspire you to move to the next step, the next direction, the next decision. Aries is ruled by Mars, and Mars is the planet of war. It's about action, making decisions, acting on our gut feeling, our inspiration, our impulses, and initiating something new. That something new may not be completely formed yet. It's about this impulse. Because in Aries, we are at the stage of the newborn. So there is something new seated inside you that is inspiring you through connecting or tuning to the fire element inside of you, the passion, the heart, the calling, what inspires life force and desire. That's what is guiding you on the right direction. And what is interesting is it's rare, but sometimes we have 2 new moons or 2 full moons in the same sign. And this year we have 2 new moons, so we call it black moons, versus when it's 2 full moon we call it the blue moons. We have 2 black moons in the sign of Aries, and it happens that the first one is conjunct the equinox, complete reset, a new beginning, and the second one is the first eclipse in the Aries Libra axis, and it's going to be a total solar eclipse in the sign of Aries. What are the odds that this is happening? Oh my god, it took me a long time to speak about it because I had to just process. I don't even know what I had to process, but something was happening inside of me. So now I have more clarity and I cannot put it into word, and that's why I'm inviting you to also tune into what is emerging from inside of you. Something new is emerging, and it's asking you to let go and trust what is emerging. trust that little spark that is guiding you in the right direction, even though you don't know what the whole procession of all the zodiac is gonna create in your life for this new era, this new cycle, this new experience for you. You can say it's like being in the liminal phase between death and between life, as there's this huge cycle ending, there's a new cycle beginning. And just in this incarnation, not just about this specific year, but if you think about your incarnation and all the ancestors, the wisdom, the experiences of the planet behind you, and then there's this shift happening, and for all the generation to come, you're part of the one that has incarnated in the time of transition. So you represent the transition, and your soul path, as unique as it is to your individuality, it is embedded in that transition. And I feel like this moment between those two new moons in Aries, between the equinox and the eclipse, we are experiencing more physically and with our senses what it means to be in this in-between. We feel the old, we still identify with the old, but we feel something new needs to emerge. We don't really know what yet or how, but we feel like we need to initiate some change. And that's the invitation. And as you're doing that, remember to continue to apply the teaching of the North Node in Taurus, because we are completing those eclipses in Taurus and Scorpio, and it really taught us that it is so important to honor the body, because the body is the earth. So as we're honoring the planet and reconnecting with the planet, we also need to deeply more reconnect with the physical body and start to honor this deep feminine way, because Taurus is ruling the planet Earth, but also the planet Venus, our emotional body, our sensuality, our desires, and this awakening that is symbolized also by Uranus transiting into Taurus and joining the North Node in Taurus is about awakening through the body and the senses. So now the fire of Aries is initiating something new, it's inspiring something in your heart, and your body is giving you the feedback of how to move into this new thing that is being birthed through comfortable and uncomfortable sensation that are the guidance, that is the compass. So slow down in this in-between phase, really allow to slow down, to feel what is right, to feel how you want to move into that transition. There's so much to say, but let's put pause now and continue later.